What's up, y'all? This is Skyberry,
Tisha,
and Collis, and this is
Detox Podcast.
Rodney King in Los Angeles, 1991. Abner Louima in New York, 1997. Amadou Diallo in New York, 1999. Sean Bell in New York, 2006. Oscar Grant, Oakland, California, 2009. Eric Garner, New York City, 2014. Michael Brown, Missouri, 2014. Laquan McDonald, Chicago, 2014. Freddie Gray, Baltimore, 2015. Antoine Rose, Pittsburgh, 2018. Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia, 2020. Breonna Taylor in Kentucky, 2020. George Floyd in Minneapolis, 2020. That's why the outrage.
I wish it was another way for us to start the show today, man. I honestly wish that it was a way for us to come and be happy and be energetic and do all the things that we usually do. This is the Detox Podcast episode, whatever. I don't even know. But got my homie Sky.
What's up, y'all?
I am Collis, and to be honest, two emotions. So I had, a couple emotions. There was no way we were going this week without doing a show. Right. We're doing it a day later because of technical issues or whatever. Scheduling issues. Let me not say that. Because of scheduling issues, we're doing it a day late. But you guys gonna still get it on the same schedule. But we have seen, and we're still continuing to see, some of the most emotional
times.
Yeah.
Period.
That we've been through. I'm gonna be honest.
In this generation, yeah.
Before we get into everything, let me apologize to 2019 first of all, because I feel like we were so ready to get over 2019. Mm-hmm. We went into 2020, and 2020 been a complete disaster from the jump.
Since the beginning.
But let's deal with what's really moving the needle right now, and that is the fact that, and shout out to Governor Cuomo, because he didn't need to say the things he said. He didn't need to come out and acknowledge.
But thank you.
All the black people that died by the hands of law enforcement. And, the one thing that we learn or we teach our kids is that when you're in trouble, call 911, call the police. But what do you do when the people you're supposed to call for help is the people that actually come and hurt you? It's equivalent to if you're a baby or a kid. When you get in trouble, you call for your mother, which coincidentally is what George Floyd did.
Yes, he did.
And at first, it didn't hit me like, I was like, damn, he calling for his mom. But his mom is dead.
He saw her at that point.
So it's crazy because it's like, now it has a different meaning, because when you hear him call for his mom, it's like, oh, shit. He was calling for somebody that's not even alive. Like, that's just
at that point, he saw her. Because you know what they say when people are passing away, they see
people that's
already
gone.
Passed.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure at that point
he saw her, and that's why he called out for his mother.
He was calling for her, and that is absolutely horrible.
Look, man, it's so many things. Like when Ahmaud Arbery got killed, it took us a minute to talk about it. We stepped back and we thought about what we wanted to say. We thought about the angle we wanted to take, because we didn't want to be like everybody else. Right. We didn't want to cover it the same way everybody else did. So that happened. And then the young lady, what's her name? She got killed in her house. She got shot in her house. We didn't cover that at all. Breonna Taylor. We didn't cover Breonna at all. They broke into the wrong house. They kicked down the wrong door. They shot and killed a lady in her own home. The place you're supposed to feel at the most safe. Like, you're supposed to be so good in your own home. And they shot and killed in our own home. We didn't talk about it at all. Now, we're sitting here, and y'all want to say the first time, oh, why are you saying this lynching? Why are you saying this an assassination?
It's the same.
We sat here and watched you put your knee for 9 to 10 minutes on somebody's neck. What did you think was going to happen, one? And number two, what do you want us to call it? White people? Because let's be clear. This is not just black people versus the police. This is black people versus racist police. And this is black people versus white racist police, because for the most part, all the police that have been racist have been white. I don't care what y'all want to say, how you want to twist it, how you want to turn it. Now, it's a lot of white folks out there that's like, yo, we're with y'all. We're on your side. I get it, but I don't want to hear you right now. And that's just me. I'm not speaking for Skyy. I'm not speaking for nobody else. I don't know why, but something in me right now don't want to hear white people say, I understand what you're going through, because you don't.
They never will.
You don't understand what you're going through.
That's just something that they're trained to say. I understand. Now, how the fuck can you how the fuck can any white person understand what all is going on right now? I mean, even back in the day, they could never understand. They can sympathize,
right? They
but
acknowledge
you can't
that.
Understand.
Yeah, like from the perspective of you saw it, you comprehend it. Yeah, cool. Right. I get that, but you don't know what it's like. You don't.
No, because their people are not getting
because at
lynched
the
and
at
killed.
the end of the day, if you go outside, you're not looked upon the same way as I am. And no matter what you do, you can never get that emotion. You can never get that feeling. The reality is, for me, I'm black. And I'm blacker than most black people.
And you're a man.
Complexion-wise. I can't change that. And I don't want to. Well, I can change it. I could bleach.
No
but
bleach.
I
No
don't
bleach. No bleach.
I don't want to. I don't want to be nobody else but me. Yep. And if being who I am kills me one day, then that's what is destined for my life. Now, one of the biggest things that we have, one of the biggest problems we have is not knowing what to do. And by not knowing what to do, we tend to not do anything at all. And then it further makes the situation worse, because we're not doing anything because we don't know what to do. Our hands are tied. We don't know what to do. We don't know what we can do.
Well, that's because we're not really educating on ourselves on what we can do.
Right.
I mean, we are, and I'm not knocking it. I understand. I get it, and I'm a part of it. But we're reacting on emotions right now. Way too many emotions.
But what else do we have to react on?
Well, there's a lot that we can react on. We have to knowledge ourselves on how we can really change things. There are laws. There are so many, just everything that can help take these officers out. Period. Like jail, not even working for the force, and it's just a lot. There's a lot that we have to fully understand.
So this is the thing. Here in Atlanta, they put a curfew in place because of people looting and and the protests. Yeah. Now, first of all, I'm not talking about the looting at all, because I have mixed emotions about the looting. On one hand, I feel like, why are y'all doing that? You playing into what they doing. You making it look exactly like they say it is. And on the other hand, it's like, well, what else can they do without knowing what to do? You know, like, people are just moving based on the fact that we're hurt. We don't like what you're doing, so we're going to tear everything up.
That's
But
exactly what they're
you
doing.
got to be careful, because I'm gonna touch something in a minute where it's something that's going on that's bigger than our culture, and bigger than we're being set up a little bit, and I'm gonna touch that in a minute. But
Oh.
when you look and you see people that have influence, and they go out and they speak on what's going on, and we've been doing that. When Kaepernick kneeled years ago, it's been years now.
Sure
And
has.
speaking of Cap, when he kneeled, a lot of people didn't understand. A lot of people say it was disrespectful. But I want y'all to realize, white folks, the same shit that y'all thought was disrespectful, that he was kneeling because he refused to pledge allegiance to a flag that represents this country and represents what this is, the racism that we've been going through, and is at this point is systematic, and we dealing with it. That's what he was kneeling for. But y'all thought it was wrong. You thought that he was out of pocket. You thought whatever you thought about him, and it didn't matter to you that he was kneeling. But this is what he was kneeling for. It's just that it wasn't like this then. It wasn't 3 people getting killed. Y'all realize it's only June? And the police already killed 3 black unarmed people? It's only June. It's half the year. So if they keep going how they're going, it's going to be 3 more people to die from police brutality or from police just randomly killing black folks. And it's showing that they still don't get it. You know why it shows that they still don't get it? Because since the protest started, several police officers have been fired, not arrested, have been fired because of their conduct. 2 of them just got fired in Atlanta 2 days ago. Because of their conduct.
With the riot?
Yeah, because how they were handling the riot, the people that were protesting. Because a lot of it is peaceful protesters that the police is then making the situation worse by how they're handling these people, and people are rebelling. People are rebelling. And these were 2 black officers in Georgia, in Atlanta to be exact, that just got fired. Let me be clear, police officer. If you're in law enforcement right now, especially in the city of Atlanta, don't do nothing that is borderline. Because your ass is getting fired.
What did they do?
Because the chief is not standing by you right now.
No,
She's not standing for that shit.
No.
My girl, Lance Bottoms, she's not standing for it. Y'all are getting fired.
Yep.
So if you want to play around and touch people all unnecessarily, the cameras is on, they're rolling, and you're going to be fired. So if you care about your family, you care about your retirement and all that, you need to relax. Let them folks do what they do. Relax.
Right,
because you're going to get fired, and you're black. Like, the 2 officers, they're black. What it was now, I don't necessarily know exactly what happened, but what the video shows is 2 college-age students were down there. They were in a car, and they were there to protest or whatever, and they were blocking the street, and the story goes, the cop told them to move. I don't know if they were taking too long or whatever. And then he finally drove off. But at that point, the cop wanted to take them out the car when he drove off. So the cop pulled up on them. They ran them down, broke the glass, and started tasing them. Trying to pull them out the car and started tasing them.
That video.
Yes. Now, the thing what the chief of police said, it was unnecessary. You didn't need to do that, and she's right.
She's so right. But did
It's
you
a certain
see them
way-
trying to pull that limpless man, the driver, out of the car? You just tased him like 2 times. How can you tell him to get the fuck out the car?
Yo,
He can't even think straight.
There's something
They
wrong
should have been fucking
with the
fired.
way that y'all are dealing with us. You as a police officer, you should be trained to look at people the way you would want somebody to look at your people. Your mom, your sister, your cousin, your
wife.
daughter, your wife,
Everything.
whatever it is. You should be trained that same way. In I forgot what city it was. To some younger kids, they were underage children, were being handled by the police. A man walked over because he didn't like the way the police was handling them. And he went as to say, I'm here, I'm going to represent these children. I don't know who they are, but I'm going to stand here because you're not going to mistreat them. They started grabbing on him. Eventually,
shit.
they ended up tasing him. Yeah, like this shit is going on, and it keeps happening over and over again, and these officers keep getting fired, but they not learning.
And they
A
wonder
kid
why.
standing out in front of an apartment waiting on their friends to come out because he can't get into the complex because he doesn't have a key. They was like, yo, we about to come get you, bro. Some white boys and their friend is black. Police officer pulled up on him. Why are you here? First of all, why do you care why he's there?
Wow.
Because you would never ask a white person that. You would never just run up on a random white person that's standing outside, not masked up, not looking suspicious or nothing. He's just standing outside waiting on his homies to come get him. Started to grab him up, everything. And you know, young people, why are you touching me? Like, why are you touching me? We gonna get mouthy. We gonna start popping off at you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Get your hands off me. Why are you doing this? Just like young white people do. They pop off all the time, which happened in the same video. They ended up, the officer, good thing they caught it on camera. I don't know what's going to happen to that officer yet, but the officer claimed that they charged him with battery of an officer.
The white person?
Yeah. The police officer they charged him with battery of an officer, and that's what they arrested him on. But his homies got almost all of it on camera. Some white boys. And then they said, what's your name? You know what the white boy said? I ain't giving you my fucking name. The hell out of here. You a piece of shit, this and that. Just cussed them out altogether, closed the door and left.
Nothing happened.
So you didn't do nothing to the white boy that cussed you out, but the black dude that didn't, yes sir, massa,
Yeah.
and bow down to you, you lock him up for battery on officer when he didn't even hit you.
Didn't touch him.
When the video footage showed that he didn't touch you. So you need to be fired too. Like all of y'all need to be fired because you're doing shit that's unnecessary. The
Racial
difference is right
profiling.
now y'all are going on business as usual, but it's not business as usual. About 3 weeks ago, I sat here and I said, what's going to happen is they're going to burn the village down and they're going to kill the master. I said that right here in this very seat. I said that. And what's happening now? They're burning the village down.
Yeah.
Y'all going to wait till they start killing the master. That's what's going to happen. Because you can sit up there and be like, oh, y'all are calling for violence all you want. I'm not calling for shit. All I'm saying is when random, and I said this before, when random white people start getting killed, then you're going to say that they don't deserve it. But what you expect to happen? What you think going to happen next, America? What's next? You ain't changed since Rodney King, which is well over 30 years ago. You ain't changed. I don't have a child that's alive that saw the Rodney King beat. Not one. And ain't shit changed.
Nope.
What do you think is next? Because
Start
it's
taking our
way
weapons,
more
like you
black
said.
people that's tired and ready to pick some guns up than it is black people that's wanting a peaceful protest.
Everybody I talk to getting ready.
Man,
Everybody getting ready. Getting ready.
Look,
It's coming. It's
I
coming.
I was also one of the people that did not know what to do. Honestly, I didn't. I sat down and I looked at videos after videos. I'm seeing protests after protests. I've been out in the streets doing what I do. I haven't ran into any protests or anything like that. I live in Atlanta. I live in the city of Atlanta, and it's been okay for me. I haven't had
me
no
too.
cops pull me over or anything like that. So I said to myself, yo, what can we do to help? So what I found out is that Colin Kaepernick has either fund or organization that, and I want to get this early in the video because I know some of y'all ain't gonna make it to the end. He has a fund or organization that is helping with anyone that gets into trouble during this protest time. If you're protesting
yeah.
and you get into trouble, there's a fund that's being
Yeah, they paying
prepared
people bonds.
and they're
I saw
paying for
that,
bonds and all that. So what I did was what I know how to do. I own 2 t-shirt companies. So I designed this t-shirt and it says, I'm not okay. 'Cause I'm not. I don't know what people want us to say or want us to do. And I don't know what will make us okay again. I really don't. And sometimes we feel like we can't breathe. And some of our loved ones actually can't breathe. They choke the life out of them.
Right.
So I'm not okay. I can't breathe. These are gonna be up for sale. By the time this video is up, they're gonna be ready to go. And 50% of the proceeds is 50% of the profits, right? I'm sorry, is going towards that fund.
The Colin Kaepernick.
So for the people
Very
out there
good.
that don't know what to do, or you don't you have no idea how to support or whatever, cop you a shirt. All the information is going to be below. If you're on YouTube, if it's on Instagram, it'll be somewhere in the bio. And cop you a shirt and help support, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to donate money to that fund, because people that get in trouble in this time, we want to be able to help you.
Right.
To with a lawyer, with bond, whatever it is that we can do. So that's what the whole purpose of this shirt is. And it comes in two colors. It comes in white, and it comes in three colors: white, red, and black. I'm sorry,
Okay.
white, red, and black. And
What are the colors
can,
on the red shirt?
Huh?
What are the colors on the red shirt?
On the red shirt this is going to be white and black. So white. These two are white and the thing is black. This is not what this is about. I just wanted to plug. We'll talk off camera.
Saying,
but I just wanted to let everybody know what this shirt was about, where you can get it, and that's it. We're moving on. Now, we want to play my brother Killer Mike. A lot of people won't agree with me, but I believe that Killer Mike is our generation Martin, our generation Malcolm, because he's been on the front line, not just now, but he's been on the front line time and time again,
For a lot of things.
standing up, showing, not even just in times of destruction and times of where it's like this. He's been on the front line showing black people what needs to be done financially. Like, he's been buying up stuff in the city, showing them that we can be part of our own gentrification. We can be part of making our own neighborhoods look good. Also, shout out to the brother T.I. Clifford, he's been out there too, doing a lot of good things in the community as far as buying up property and showing black people that there's a better way and how to use your black dollar to make it make sense. So I want to play part of a video from the homie Killer Mike, and if you haven't seen it, it's him speaking at a press conference here in Atlanta.
And I don't want to be here. I'm the son of an Atlanta City police officer. My cousin is an Atlanta City police officer, and my other cousin, East Point police officer. And I got a lot of love and respect for police officers, down to the original 8 police officers in Atlanta that even after becoming police had to dress in a YMCA because white officers didn't want to get dressed with niggers. And here we are 80 years later. I watched a white officer assassinate a black man, and I know that tore your heart out. And I know it's crippling. And I have nothing positive to say in this moment, because I don't want to be here. But I'm responsible to be here because it wasn't just Dr. King and people dressed nicely who marched and protested to progress this city and so many other cities. It was people like my grandmother, people like my aunts and uncles who were members of SCLC and NAACP, and in particular, Reverend James Orange, Mrs. Alice Johnson, and Reverend Love, who we just lost last year. So I'm duty bound to be here to simply say that it is your duty not to burn your own house down for anger with an enemy.
Right.
That's right.
So the speech is a lot longer, and at some point we're gonna pop it in so that you guys can get the whole thing if you have not seen it yet. But I'm not gonna lie to you. When I watched this speech, it was in the midst of everything else that was going on, and I cried. I cried because I didn't know what other emotion I should have. Like, being the father of 3 boys, of 3 men, because my kids aren't boys anymore, and being the father of 3 black men, I thought about all these black men, fathers and mothers, and how they would feel if they got that phone call.
Right.
The amount of anger that built up inside of me and came out, it was the only emotion that came forth was tears, because I know myself. And if somebody put their knee on the neck of my child, any of my kids, I don't want you to hear me clearly, America. If someone puts their knee on the neck of any of my children, you're not going to have to worry about putting them in jail, because I am going to kill them myself. I want y'all to understand what I'm saying. I'm not telling nobody to go do nothing. I'm telling you about me, Collis. I got 3 boys, and anybody know me know how I feel about my boys. If you do something to them, and that's anybody. The other day I was standing behind my son, and he was walking a little bit ahead of me, and somebody was getting rambunctious in the front. And already in my head, it was like, yo, you touch my son, I'm clapping him. That's my natural emotion. Like, that's how I move. Like, if you touch one of my kids the wrong way, it's not a lot of explanation that you gonna give me after doing that. It's you gotta put it this way. If my mom is not around, you stand a chance. Because she's about the only person that could talk me off the ledge when I get to that point. If she's not around, it's the extreme. It's to the end. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I don't know a man that's my friend that don't think that way. I don't got one friend that if you touch his kids, it's not a problem.
That
Period.
goes for women too.
No, I'm not taking away.
No,
See,
I'm just saying.
The
That
thing
goes
is,
for
they
women,
expect
too.
they expect mothers to be like that, even
Yeah,
down to dogs.
yeah,
If
yeah.
with mothers, they don't play about their kids.
No.
But a lot of time, fathers tend to walk away from children and not have the emotions and not have the attachment that mothers have. But there's a group of fathers out here, like we're out here, that if you touch our children,
That's a different story.
it's a problem.
So I want to kind of talk about the Killer Mike, and I feel his pain. I do. I feel everybody's pain, but what the world needs to realize is that all the ones that are saying stop the violence, the looting and the burning down and the everything. But like we were talking about earlier, everybody is running on emotions. They're not thinking logically right now. So I get that you're telling people to stop all this, but your words will never be strong enough to stop somebody from how they feel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they're going to continue to loot. They will continue to burn down whatever they fucking feel like, because everybody is angry. Nobody's thinking rationally and logically. Nobody's thinking about how we can better things, on a different level. Everybody is acting off of emotions right now. So I get what Mike's saying, but nobody's really listening to that.
Right. Well, even Mike said that, let's be careful about what we're doing and let's not burn our own house down. But this is the thing that I want everybody to know that's going on right now. There's a group of Decepticons out there, and I don't know what else to call them. The reason I'm calling them Decepticons is because they're doing just that. They're infiltrating the protesters, and I wish I knew their name because I would call you by name.
Wow.
My mom ain't made me scared where I won't call the devil by his name. I'll call you by your name if I knew your name, but I don't. Mm-hmm. But there's a group out here that's infiltrating, and they're pretending to be protesters, and they're starting stuff. So, for example, a Target was busted out and looted. That's one of the first days that the looting started. Excuse me. They proved that it was a white police officer that had on a gas mask, and the only reason they found out who he was is because it was either his wife or his girlfriend snitched on him. He was the one, and he's a police, but he wasn't in police clothes. He was out there, and he busted the window on the Target.
To get it started.
He busted the window on the
That was
Target,
here? This
and that's no, I don't think that was in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
And that's what got it started at that particular Target. He knew that black folks would react a certain way once he got it going. And that's what happened. So now, in the city of Atlanta, all the stuff that was getting busted up and all that, the mayor and the chief of police said these people are not from Atlanta. They said the reason that they know they're not from here is because they were asking how to get to certain places that somebody that was from Atlanta would know how to get around, would know how to maneuver around the city to get to different places. Like, they didn't even know where the governor's mansion was. And the governor's mansion is out right outside of Buckhead, and it's been there for since I was in high school, decades.
Forever.
Like, it's been there forever. Anybody that has any ties to Atlanta knows where the governor's mansion is. But they showed that these people did not know because they weren't from here. They are Decepticons that's been sent out all over the country. They caught 2 girls. One looked Asian and one looked white. But everybody got on masks, so you can't tell who's who.
Right.
They were spraying Black Lives BLM and all this shit, spray painting it on outside of a Starbucks. And the girl who took the video said, "Yo, why are y'all doing that?" They talking about, so we doing it for y'all. We standing in solidarity. But she was like, but when people come and they see that Black Lives Matter is spray painted on the side of a Starbucks, they're not going to say that a white girl did it, which is what happened. They're going to say somebody black did this.
Wow.
Y'all are doing stuff to make it seem like we are the vandals and we're doing this and we're doing that. And you're either doing it on purpose because you know that we're going to get blamed for it, or you're doing it naively thinking that you're helping us. So there's tons of these things. In Chicago, they showed that a white boy was standing on top of a car that they destroyed or whatever. And I'm sorry, but it's not your fight. I get that y'all want to stand. Some of y'all want to stand in solidarity, but some of the things you're doing is going to come back on us not in a good light. It's showing that black folks don't know how to act or don't know how to protest or don't know how to do whatever.
No, but we won't put it all on these isolated incidents, and trust me, they are very isolated. And I heard about it, I've seen it, but they have not been the cause of everything that's going on.
No. I'm not saying it's the cause of everything.
I don't want it to be like
no, but what
blaming.
I'm saying, I don't want to overlook it because I
No,
believe in my heart that most black people just want to protest peacefully.
Most.
They want to stand in solidarity.
Most.
But I'm telling you, there's a group out here that their whole purpose. Prime example, Lenox Mall. Everybody know Lenox Mall. Lenox Mall wasn't doing any construction right now. They showed a video where a pallet of bricks was sitting outside of Lenox Mall. Why? Even, let's say, for example, there was construction going on. You know that it's been rioting in different cities. You know that Atlanta was going to have a protest. We're one of the biggest black cities in the country. You would move a pallet of bricks. Yes,
they showed no bricks.
A pallet full of bricks.
Like no construction,
nothing else around.
Going on. And then
there was just a pallet of bricks just sitting there. And the guy who showed it was like, yo, y'all got to be smart. Don't fall for it. It's a bunch of Decepticons that's being deployed. That whole purpose is to go out and cause destruction in the name of black people to make us look a certain way. It's happening over and over all over the country. It's not just here. It's everywhere, even down to some of the organizers of some of the events, the people that's saying, let's go and block the expressways, or let's go do this, or let's go do that. A lot of these people don't know, like, we just want to do something. We want to do something to feel like we had a part. You got to remember, everybody that's alive now that is grown up and is grown or growing up. We didn't walk with Dr. Martin Luther King. We didn't fight with Malcolm X because we were either babies or we weren't even thought of yet. So now we feel like this is our chance.
And let's go back to that. Okay, so they put the bricks out there. So maybe a white or Asian was the first one to throw a brick. So you mean to tell me that other than and trust me, I get the emotions, I get why we doing everything, but on the flip side, you keep saying the Decepticons are putting it out there, but for the ones that want the peaceful protest or want it to not be so bad, and who were throwing the bricks? If they saw one brick thrown, where in your mind that you thought it was peaceful? No, right. Let me go do it because somebody already did it. So let me continue.
Well,
so there are lots of types of people out there protesting right now.
Well,
you got the ones that don't give a fuck. They out there. They don't give a shit. They gonna tear some shit up, regardless of who threw the first brick or who put the fucking bricks out there or who spray painted the walls and not. They just out there to fuck shit up.
Right.
So it's a touchy situation because there are a lot of key points and key factors when you're looking at the types of people. And trust me, like I said from the jump, it's fucked up what that cop did. And I don't blame nobody for doing what they feel that they need to do. But we are not going to put it off on somebody doing this, to make us look bad. Because fuck, then if you feel like that and you know that, then if you saw somebody do it, then you tell each and every one's coming from behind, don't fall for it, don't throw the brick. This cracker did this Asian did that.
Right.
That's how we have to be if we want to keep it peaceful.
Right. But this is the thing, and it's crazy. But being peaceful was really needed right now because
no, fuck that.
Because we've tried that.
Hey, a little bit.
Well, whatever.
Damn,
we've tried being peaceful.
Yeah.
Like we've been peaceful for over 30 years. And it keeps happening every year. Year after year. People are dying. And some people are dying not even by hands of law enforcement. It's like the names that Governor Cuomo called, those were just some of the law enforcement deaths. Like it was other, like Trayvon. Yeah. Like some people were killed by just racist white people. Right. Like all the people that got killed by Dylan Ruth. Like it's so much. It's more. So America, when you hear Governor Cuomo call these names and you cringe because, oh my God, it's so many. It's more.
It's a lot more.
It's more. But he's just covering the ones that had police relation, like that some police was involved in the shooting. That's what he was talking about. That's what he was covering. It's so much more.
It's a lot more.
And when you got people that's supposed to be on the side of black people like Candace Owens that is a Judas and not really standing up for her race. Then we deal with that, and we dealing with the actual racist people, and it's so crazy because white folks know that if they say a black person did something, the police is automatically gonna believe them, and they're not gonna look into it too much till it's too late. The white woman in Central Park that the guy was just simply telling her, hey, put your dog on a leash. What are you doing right now? There's a leash
hilarious. I'm sorry.
There's a leash law. What are you doing right now?
That was funny. And she actually.
I'm gonna tell him a big black man is threatening me. And then when she got on the phone and she was being recorded. She didn't care.
She didn't give a fuck
because she knew that when they hear her, they're gonna automatically come to her rescue, and they're not gonna care about nothing else. And white folks out here, y'all are probably looking at it as like, nah, the police would have never came and the bullshit. You think they would? Why you think she said it? Cause she knows. She knows that the police is gonna believe her. And then she doubled down. Oh my God!
In the
Fuck
meantime,
is
she
you doing?
fucking like choking the fuck out of her dog.
Right.
Like we not gonna talk about that.
Fuck is you doing? Like, what are you doing right now?
Poor dog was choking.
Like you're treating this man, you're acting as
Yeah.
if, and then yesterday, reporter saw a white guy, big white guy, face busted up. Said, oh my God, were you hit in the face by protesters? Yeah, I was hit in the face by two black guys because I opened up my window and said, I'm gonna put that video in too. I opened up my window and I said, all lives matter, and they beat me through the open window. And everybody was like, damn, they fucked his ass up for no reason. Then the next clip showed this racist bastard with a bow and arrow outside his car aiming it at protesters. Not aiming it at black protesters.
Damn.
He was aiming it at protesters, period.
Period.
And you know what they did? Because they're our kids. They whooped his ass.
Good.
That's
They
what they
beat
did.
the fuck
They
out of him.
jumped down on him, hit him in the face with a skateboard, and beat his ass. It was black kids, it was white kids, it was Asian kids, it was all types of kids. And they beat his ass. Rightfully so. Why are you aiming in this climate, white folks? Stand down. Y'all are wilding. It's not business as usual. Anything you do that seems borderline, we beating your ass for it.
Wait, did you see the clip of the lady, the white lady, looting Target?
With the two lamps?
No. She clearly came out of Target. She had like a bag, crisscross across, full of shit. A bag in her hand, still stuffing shit, coming out the store. And a news reporter had the audacity to say, well, maybe she's an employee trying to clean up. Some shit like that. I'm gonna send you the video so you can put that shit out there.
Let me tell y'all
Why
something,
couldn't
man.
that bitch be looting like everybody the fuck
she
else?
white.
Cause she white.
'Cause she
I
white.
know, but it
showed
was fucking crazy.
They showed racist media been doing this for years. They showed that when it was people burning cars up because their team won, it was overexcited fans took celebration too far. But then when it's black people protesting for
The lives.
the life of another black man, is these thugs and these whatever, any name under the
media
sun
is
that
the
they could think
devil
of.
Anyway, the media, they're the devil.
Any name they could think of under the sun. That's what they called our boys. That's what they call our kids, because we are black. So they look at us differently. They're not going to look at us the same way. They're not going to treat us the same way. They're going to treat us like shit. They're going to portray us to be this evil entity that is just here to just destroy everything that we touch. And the reality is, white folks, it don't matter what you say about us. It don't matter what you say to us. We're not going to ever believe that our self-esteem is so high. White folks, have y'all ever talked to black people? Huh? Have y'all ever talked to real black people? You call our hair nappy. We be proud of that shit. Look at my nappy ass hair. I love that shit. Huh? Have you ever really sit and talk to black people? We are some of the smartest people you're going to run across. Period. But give us any sport, we going to whoop your ass in it. Give us enough time, we going to whoop your ass in everything. Y'all didn't like Tiger Woods. And then y'all got to the point where y'all tried to tell him that he wasn't black. And he believed y'all about that shit for a minute. Until y'all reminded his ass he was black once he had a problem with his white woman.
Yep. He cheated on his wife.
You understand what I'm saying?
Now he a
Any
nigga.
sport. Pick a sport. It don't matter.
Now he a nigga.
You can't make us believe that we're not the shit. Look at us.
And
Look
they
at the
wanna be
melanin.
like us.
Look at the melanin in my skin. Huh?
They
You ain't seen
changing
no
their
skin like
body.
this.
The white women changing their bodies.
Yeah.
To be shaped like us. They want lips like
You
us.
can't-
Ah, come on
But
now.
you constantly want to kill us.
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna change. We're always gonna believe that we are who we are.
We the shit.
We're always gonna stand up for what we believe in. It don't matter how long it took. It may have took 30 years for us to get to this point. But guess what? It's burning now. And if y'all don't do something to change it, it's gonna keep burning.
They'll be the minority.
We don't want y'all to be scared of us. But we rather you be scared of us than to you to sit here and put your knees on our necks and kill us. Period. And it don't matter what y'all say, oh, you know, we're white supremacists and we got all these guns.
We got guns too.
We got guns too.
Big guns.
We got guns too. Y'all ain't got the last gun that was made.
Not never.
So you can do what you want to do. And the racist ass president want to say when the looting start, the shooting start. Well, bitch, the shooting back start too. Like, if that's the way y'all want to go, we can go that way. We would rather y'all deal with it the proper way, which is saying, hey, that officer was being racist. He was out of pocket. We're going to deal with it. You're fired. You're going to jail. You're being prosecuted for,
they should have
for
been
doing whatever.
fired. He and the Asian cop, because they have their own little records going on in their police world. Like there are so many complaints against the two of them. They should have been let go. They should have been let go. They should not have even been working the day that happened.
They out there wilding and they feel like they could do whatever they want to do.
Yes.
And nothing is going to happen.
Yes.
And this is the time where we're telling you
what needs
something
to be dealt with.
is going to happen. It's either y'all going to fix it or we're going to fix it. It's better if y'all fix it.
Yeah.
Because if y'all fix it, everybody go home, everybody move on. If we fix it, more people are going to die.
And what is third-degree murder?
I'm sorry. I don't know.
What is even...
That's what they want to charge him with?
Yes, third-degree murder and
involuntary manslaughter.
But
I
what
guess
is
that's
third-degree murder?
saying
That's nothing.
I guess that's saying that I didn't mean to kill him.
Yeah, you did.
But he died. It was
you-
it's like an accidental death, I guess.
He meant to kill him
Look,
because he
man.
killed him. He didn't release his knee. Nigga sitting there with. Cracker sitting there with his hand in his fucking pocket, like
emotionless.
You posing for fucking pictures.
Wait, did you see his
Yes.
face? He had zero emotion.
Zero emotions.
Like he didn't give a shit. Like he was just standing there, was talking to him. He
And
was
the
just
fact
like, man,
that
that's
the
too
other
easy, man.
officers, okay, yes, he fucking killed that man. But the other officers, and you got everybody in the crowd telling you he can't breathe.
Yo.
He's telling you he can't breathe.
He's bleeding through his
everything
nose.
hurts.
What are you doing?
But the other cop stood there and did nothing. And then when the ambulance finally came, you see this limp body being put on the fucking gurney.
But check this out, though.
And he died on the way to the ambulance, to the hospital. No, motherfucker, he died right there in that
Somebody
street.
pointed this out that I didn't. And go back and look at the video. When the so-called ambulance came, those were police officers that got out of the ambulance and picked him up. If you look at it, the guy with the black gloves and the black watch on that first came and touched his neck to see if there was a pulse, he had on full police gear, and you could see the bulge of the bulletproof vest. EMTs don't wear bulletproof vests and all that.
So what? The police had the thing because he got into
A gurney, right? Look at it again.
Okay.
Those are
I'm not fucking. I'll take your word.
But those
I'm not looking at that.
were
I can't,
officers
ever.
that came. So my thing was, they had to already knew that he was dead, and just for show, hey, get an ambulance. Let's go pick him up off the street. This shit done went left. We don't know what's gonna happen.
That's way too
Let's
much
just get him off the
orchestration
street.
going on right there. No, I don't know.
But that's what's crazy to me. Like,
Yeah,
why?
that's-
Why didn't EMTs come render aid on the spot?
I don't know.
Have you ever seen ambulance
I've never
people
seen
come
nobody put
and
nobody on
a
no
stretcher and
gurney.
just
Yeah,
take them
on a
away?
stretcher.
No, they
And-
usually render
Why do I
aid
keep
right
saying
there.
gurney? Is that-
Because gurney is usually what you put dead people on. A stretcher is what you put somebody that's still living
that's what
on.
they might as well have done
Yeah.
because he was already gone at that point.
Yeah.
He was gone when that body rolled over.
Yeah, you could tell he was lifeless.
He was done.
That was a lifeless body. But I want to know why they did that. I don't know. Like, I don't even know that it matters.
'Cause they knew he
I think it's
fucked up.
just the documentary head in me that likes explanations for things.
Well,
Want to
no,
know
you
why?
only gonna
Like,
know if you talk
why
to that
why did
person.
y'all do that? Like,
Those
why
people.
didn't you send actual EMTs? Why didn't they try to see if they could bring him back? Why none of that happened? You know, like why was it necessary for you to throw his lifeless body, still in handcuff, on a stretcher
So was there
and took him out
no
of there?
ambulance there?
No, there was an ambulance there, But it was
Okay.
police officers that got out of the ambulance, and I don't know why. Like, why is that? You know, that's one of the things that one of the questions that's up in the air that
You'll never know. You will never.
we probably
know.
won't. But
You'll never know.
I never knew that. I don't even know where Minneapolis is. I'm gonna be honest with
Minnesota.
you. Okay.
I'm
The
sorry.
home of the Timberwolves and everything else.
The Vikings.
You know what's crazy? Now the NBA, not the NBA. I'm sorry, NBA. Now the NFL want to come forward and say
They're changing their
that
name.
we're standing with
The cops.
the protesters.
Oh,
and we understand your struggle and all that. No, the fuck you don't. Because when Colin Kaepernick kneeled for months, you fired him. You didn't give him his job back, and you
No.
you said that he was
wait,
such
wait.
a terrible
this
person.
This is the
and all that.
NFL or Minnesota?
No, the NFL.
Says that
The
they're with.
NFL as an organization is saying that they condolences to the to
Why? Why are they? Why?
because now they see the injustice. We don't believe you.
No. Yeah.
We don't
yeah,
believe
I
you.
don't
We don't believe that you see the injustice.
No.
90-some% of your staff, or excuse me, of the athletes that play your sport is black. But now you claiming that you see the injustice. You can see when Colin Kaepernick was taking a knee. You can see it then. You can see the fact that this shit was wrong.
Yeah.
You can see it then. But now you do, and we're supposed to believe you. We don't.
I need to read that. I didn't know.
We don't
that.
believe you. We don't believe that you see
No.
the struggle. We don't believe that you understand our plight. We don't. And don't get me
jump on the
wrong.
bandwagon now.
All my white friends, don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't love you. I just don't want to hear from you right now. Because I don't believe that you understand.
No, they never will. They won't.
I
never
don't.
Understand.
I'm sorry.
They'll never understand.
And I love you. You know, one of my favorite people in the world is, and I've known him since he was a kid, and I know his heart, and I know he loved me. My pastor, Dustin Barker. I know he loves me, but I don't want to hear from him right now. Because it hurts that bad. And I know his heart. I know he loves me. I know he loved my family. I know this. But it's just something right now that makes me cringe every time I see somebody white say how much they sympathize and how much they understand what we're going through.
yeah, they've never been through.
I'm sorry. I just...
Nothing in their past, their history.
And I know
ever
everybody's
top.
not that way. I know it's not a rational way to think. I know this.
Well, right now, you think the way you want to think.
You know, but
Ration went out the door.
exactly
When
like
that man
it,
put his knee on that George Floyd's neck and killed him. That's when ration went out the door. So
It's
it is
sad
what
that-
it is at this point.
it's sad that in this time where we're already being dehumanized by having to wear masks and everybody, you can't see emotions. All you see is eyes. You can't even see a smile anymore.
It's
You
almost
realize
like
that? You
living,
can't even see a smile anymore.
like you
that
can't even walk
this
past
is happening
nobody
now.
and smile.
I can't even randomly holler at no females no more. Not that,
you
not
need to
that,
be done
not that
hollering
saying
at
that's
them
what it's
anyway.
about. But I can't even just pull up on somebody and be like, "Yo, what up, shorty?"
Yo, shorty in that peak mask.
Yeah,
yo.
I thought that she pull it off. It's Shrek under the mask. You get me? And I don't want to.
different.
You know, we silly up here. We put light on a lot of stuff, but I don't want to. I don't want that to be what it's about. But we're already being dehumanized by not being able to see each other and not being able to see our emotions. And then on top of that, we're also now dealing with the fact that it's me versus you. And there's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stuff that's happening in the world with different technologies coming out that may or may not be harming us. And we're not getting into that. But
Oh, I'm about to say like what?
I'll talk to you about it off here.
right.
But there's a lot going on in the world. And there's a lot of talks about the whole everything behind the coronavirus and all that. And
Yeah.
it's
I've been hearing a lot about
disheartening
that lately.
when you look at it from a surface level. But for all my people that's spiritual and for all my people that read the Bible, this is prophecy.
Yes, it is.
You know, like it's prophecy that's being manifested, and in a way it's scary because if you read the Bible, you know that it gets worse than this.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much more we can take. I don't know how long we have to live in this, but I do know that we have a responsibility to not give up. We have a responsibility to not fold, and we have a responsibility to not be so tired that we stop fighting. One of my homies put up something that says, "I'm tired of being tired," and I feel you, homie. I feel that. I'm not okay. I'm also tired, but we can't stop. We can't, because we have a responsibility to keep fighting. If there's breath in our bodies, we have to fight. There's a picture that E sent me. Shout out to E, the producer of the show. There's a picture that E sent me that showed Malcolm in a coffin, Martin in a coffin, and they said whether you are violent or non-violent, they still kill you.
That's right.
And it's a fact, because they killed Malcolm and they killed Martin, and they had two different point of views. But the reality is they both had one thing in common, and that's they wanted more for black people. They wanted more for us. They wanted us to be able to walk around and have something. And I'm going to play, the last clip is going to be a young lady. I think she's about 17 years old. And this is just her raw emotion. This is just how she feels about what's going on. And you ready?
Sir, listen to me. We have been for more than 300 years. There is blood in these streets, sir. Why are we going to continue being peaceful when they are killing my brothers and sisters? We are being peaceful. We are on the grass. Why are they here? And it's because of them why we're here. So why the fuck are they here, sir? I'm tired of being peaceful. We on the grass. I have lost 3 brothers to this, sir. 3. This is not all right. I'm hurt. You don't see my eyes. I'm hurt. My people out here hurt. I'm tired of this. I'm not sitting down. If I gotta die behind my color, I'm gonna die about it. My kids after me, they gonna walk these streets crazy, just like everybody else can walk these streets crazy. I'm not standing down. I'm black and I'm brown and I'm strong. Together we are strong. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No racism. Police. No justice. No peace.
Wow, that was deep.
And I know that that's both hard to hear, and for you, if you can hear her, it's hard to understand. But I want you to get the fact that that emotion that she has is just an outward representation of how we feel on the inside. We're screaming on the inside, even if we're showing up to work and we putting a smile on our face and we going on. That's how we feel on the inside.
Tired.
We are screaming. We are tired and we are frustrated.
Yeah.
And we don't know what else to do. So don't talk to me about people looting, whether it's right or wrong. At this point, I really don't care.
Don't care.
I'm sorry, I don't.
Don't care.
I don't care about your Targets. I don't care about your Starbucks.
No.
I really don't. What I care about, first and foremost, is the fact that time and time again, black men and women are going out of their homes and they're not coming home simply because they are black. Not because they went to war and they didn't make it back, or you know, they a bomb technician and they did something crazy and the bomb blew them up. No, simply because they were black and they went outside.
Period. Nothing
That's the
more,
reason
nothing
that they
less.
died. Because, and don't dare talk to me about reasons behind it. Because I don't care what the reason is. Unless you kill somebody, you can't tell me that you deserve to just be killed.
That's right.
You can't tell me that. If you're just outside, whether you steal, whether you were trying to pass counterfeit bills, whatever it is that you say he was doing,
It doesn't matter.
it does not mean that he deserved to die.
Nope.
Okay? So don't talk to me about that. I'm done with it. I'm done with listening to you justify why somebody that was clearly racist did what they did.
There's no
So
justification.
for everyone out there that see this and you want to figure out a way to help in any way you can. The one way I have that you can help is by ordering a shirt. And this is a 1X, by the way. I know it look kind of tight on me.
Snug,
It's
but
a
I
little
ain't saying
snug,
that.
but it looks.
That's that
it's
new
a little- it's a
metrosexual look.
It's right. You might not like. You like the thug with the baggy
I
jaws,
do,
right?
What? I wish.
You like the metrosexual.
I am a
look?
grown ass
You see?
woman, a thug. What?
I'm trying to show y'all that the chest is coming in. That's all that is.
You better
Nah,
get a
but-
2XL. How about that?
I'm a little goofy with it, but
It's cute though.
I just want y'all to know you can pick up a shirt. 50% of the profits, like I said, is going towards helping with anybody that has now has a criminal case behind this, and clearly gonna need help with making sure that you don't become a part of the system, because they are gonna try to railroad you. They are gonna try to run you through the system.
Are you gonna put that information on?
Yes,
the site?
all the information is going to be in the description of the YouTube. So you can go ahead and pick a shirt up there, and Sky, say something to the people. Give them something so we can get out of here.
This too shall pass. Just pray. Just pray. Love each other, one another. Just spread your love as far as you can, because we need it in these times. Because like you were saying earlier, this has been written.
Yeah.
Get right.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Once again, this has been the Detox Podcast, of which we have way more time to cover all the things that's been going on and all the videos that has been popping up. I'm going to try and put as many videos in this one as possible, so that we can just really show the full, give you a full depiction of what's going on in the city and what we're fighting against. Until next time, y'all, this has been the Detox Podcast.
Peace out.